talk about how you can play a song by Shelton called Neon Light. And it does start off with this cool little lick at the very beginning. You can kind of play 4th fret on the G string and do a slide to 7th fret. And then we go back to 2nd on the, or back to the 4, and then 2 to 4 on the G, and then open D, and then you may want to take 4th on the D and kind of do a pull off back to 2nd fret, and then open D, kind of a 4-2-0. So you got 4-7, 4-2, 4-0, 4-2-0, 4-7, 4-2, 4-0, 4-2-0, 4-7, 4-2, 4-0, 4-2-0, 4-7, 4-2, 4-0, 4-2-0 is kind of that main lick that comes in. And then there's this cool killer lead guitar part that kind of comes in right after that, where you can play 7 on the D string, and then we go to 9th fret on the D, 7 on the G, and then 9th fret on the G is kind of a bend. So I'm playing that note, kind of pressing up and into the guitar at the same time to do a bend there, and then 10th fret on the B, and then we go back to 9th fret on the G is kind of a double bend, and then go back to 7 on the G. And then we almost kind of kick that off again, kind of 7, 7, 9, 7, 9 bend, 10, 9 bend, 7. So that might be kind of a cool lick to follow too. And the main chord actually through the tune to back those licks up is a D major chord. You normally do this 1st finger on the G string 2nd fret, a 2nd finger on the high E 2nd fret, and 3rd finger on the B string 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord and it sounds really happy. Now round Ds in general, it can be kind of cool to lift the 2nd finger, always a dangerous finger to lift. That makes it D sus2. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd for you to suspend it and kind of say some stuff around the D chord. Or randomly, since the whole tune actually is around that one chord, when you're playing a D major chord, you're really playing Ds and F sharps and A notes. So randomly, there's some other really cool places that I kind of dig on playing those 3 notes on the guitar. So you could even go 5th fret on the high E string, 7 on the G, 7 on the B string. That's the same notes, A and D and F sharp. And you can still play that with the open D string to kind of move around a little bit on the guitar. Or you could play the 10th fret on the high E, 10th fret on the B. I'm doing it as a mini bar. Everybody loves mini bars. And then you could put 2nd finger on the G string on the 11th fret. And that's another way you could kind of play your D major chord. So you may kind of dig on moving between the D major and different places of the neck, and that could be very, very cool. And there's a couple different strumming options you may want to play around with. You could do just kind of a down count, kind of a D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm kind of doing that with a little bit of right hand beating, so I'm taking the flat of my right hand, laying it down on top of the saddle, just to kind of make that a little sneaky. Or you could use a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So to the D and just tried that a lot. You'd have down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up. Or for myself, what feels really good through the tune is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into 2 parts with our down, down, up, up, down, up. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down. And what I mean by that is if you take the D and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. And on the second beat, you do it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, 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 down. And then on the third beat, you do it up on 2, down on 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you'd be going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. Now something else that I like to add to a song like this too is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, or the down, down, up, you throw the bass on for the chord. So on the D, you'd have the D string for your bass. You know, we got a kind of hear the return of that main lick, actually, kind of that 7, 7, 9, and then 7, and then the 9 bend on the G. And then this is kind of cool, it's like a double 10 on the B string, and then back to the 9 bend, and then back to the 7. 7, 7, 9, 7, 9 bend, 10, 10, 9 bend, 7. Might be kind of a cool variation. There's also this little cool little walk up that kind of happens where you can play the open D twice, 4 on the D, open D, 5 on the D, open D, 6 on the D, and then 7 on the D, and then 5 on the D, 4 on the D, and then 2nd fret on the D string is kind of a bend before you go back to the open D. So 0, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0, 6, 6, 7, 7, 4, 5, 4, 4, 2, bend, kind of lead back to the D. And you could even take that intro lick, actually, kind of that 4, 7, 4, 2, 4, 0, 4, 2, 0. Get a lot of those same notes in a different place. I play the open D, 2nd on the A, open A, 2nd on the A, and randomly I was kind of digging on this as like a little variation of that where you could go 3rd fret on the D string to the 2nd fret of the open. It's kind of a little pull off, kind of an F, E, D pull off. So open 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0, 0, 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 0, 0. Ding on that. You want to kind of play around with that around the D chord, actually, even with your strumming. Might be kind of cool to kind of take some of those licks and try and mix it up that way. And then there's this other really cool lick that kind of happens kind of through what I would consider the bridge part, where you could play 2 on the D string and kind of do a slide to 4th fret, and then go back to 2 for another slide, another 4 on the D, and then 2 on the D, open D, 2 on the A, and then back to D. So 2, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 0, 2, 0. Now a lot of these licks that we're talking about actually are kind of coming out of a D major pentatonic scale. So if you wanted to even just jam out lead over the top of it, or even make up your own licks, you may want to play around with that. And I just made a video, I guess a couple weeks now, on pentatonic scale for Munson Jam Tracks, and kind of talking about a lot of licks with this particular scale. But your pattern number 1 in pentatonic would start 7 on the low E, 10 on the low E, 7 on the A, 9 on the A, 7 on the D, 9 on the D, 7 on the G, 9 on the G, 7 on the B, 10 on the B, and then 7 on the high E, and then 10 on the high E. So that might be kind of cool even to work hammer-on ideas through that scale, pull-offs through that scale, slide licks could be cool, or double stop licks where you do 2 notes together, or bends actually. The idea could even be to kind of make up stuff to kind of see what you can say with it. So maybe we kind of experiment with that. And something else, especially since we're in kind of a D thing, and actually I think they may actually be doing this for the tune, kind of talking about a lot of these licks in standard tuning, you may even want to experiment with something called drop D tuning, where you could take your low E string and then tune it down 2 half steps or a whole step to a D note. So your low E string, or what used to be the E string, to the D strings to sound kind of like somewhere over the rainbow. So now I got D, A, D, G, B, E is kind of the tuning. That's called drop D tuning. And actually a lot of these licks you could even use those notes as kind of a drone idea around the other licks we were talking about. So it's kind of like just the D-A-D just keeps ringing through. So even on the intro lick, you would kind of experiment with that. That could be very, very cool. Even on the lead lick, actually. talking about, you could even work kind of one finger power chord ideas, kind of taking the first finger and kind of just putting it over the D-A-D, or what now is the D-A-D, it used to be E-A-D. So you could almost kind of work that idea of kind of that D-B-A-B-F-E-D kind of an idea, but working it as almost like a little power chord idea. So you'd have 12, 7, let's see, 12, 9, 7, 9, and then you could go down for that 3, 2, 0. So if you wanted to make that really thick. Might be kind of cool to experiment with those sounds. And what you really want to do probably is take all these ideas actually, and randomly now, if you're doing drop D, all your bass notes, you can even go to the low D. That bass down up idea. D is another idea in other places. Or you work the 16th idea with the low D for the bass. Or hammer-ons and pull-offs around the chord. Very cool too. Big nasty D drumness going on, and a lot of those other licks we were talking about, actually all the D licks that we were talking about, the D string licks, would kind of transfer to the low D now. Experiment and kind of find some other licks too, kind of playing around with all those notes. But that's the basics of how you can strum through Neon Light by Blake Shelton. So good luck.